Depression isn't someone just being lazy or rude. It's actually a genuine disorder that impacts people's mood and functioning levels. Hey guys, welcome to Blooming with BC. I'm BC, a mental health counselor in Florida, and today we'll be talking about depression. Depression is another one of those words we've been hearing a lot lately. You may be wondering, what does it even mean? Why is everybody throwing this word around? I get that it can be frustrating when these new words pop up, but depression is a word that's really important and it's really helpful for this conversation to be happening. Especially because some people tend to throw it around like candy. Some people tend to avoid it, pretend it's not happening, and others say, just pray it away. It'll be fine, it's not real. And there's others who don't know what it means, but are ready to learn. And if that's you today, you're in the right place. Depression is a significantly lowered mood and a loss of interest in things. A lower mood can look like sadness, despair, loss of hope. And then the lack of interest can be things like, maybe doing some of your favorite hobbies, all the way up to even leaving bed, not being able to do the daily life skills to function. And this can also result in things like loss of appetite and lower mood. And clinical depression is when these symptoms are happening for multiple days in a row. Depression isn't someone just being lazy or rude. It's actually a genuine disorder that impacts people's mood and functioning levels. Depression can affect everyone, even children. According to the World Health Organization, 3.8 people in the world have been affected by depression. Women are almost twice as likely as men to be experiencing depression. And depression is more likely to be diagnosed in white people. Not to say people of color do not experience depression, but the actual clinical diagnosis is seen more often in white people. And just like many other mental health diagnoses, how it will play out in people's lives can look different from person to person. And depression can be caused by a variety of things: chemical imbalance, traumatic experiences, family history. There's no clear cookie-cut answer for what causes depression in someone's life. And depression can impact you mentally, emotionally, physically, and socially. Some of the emotional symptoms include feelings of guilt, lowered self-worth, and in children, it could look like increased level of irritability. Some of the physical symptoms of depression are insomnia or hypersomnia, changes in appetite, significant weight loss, fatigue, loss of energy, and slower movement. Then the social effects of depression include isolating yourself from others, inability to enjoy activities you used to love, inability to commit to plans, and the deterioration of your relationships. Depression varies in length, but for it to be considered a depressive episode, it needs to be at least 2 weeks. Some people may have something that are kind of like flare-ups, where they'll have an episode every so often. They'll come out of that episode and then be okay for a long period of time. Others may have chronic depression and kind of be in this depressive state for months and years on end. And even still, it's possible to have a single episode of depression and then not experience it again. And that's why it's so important to look at your symptoms. Like, how many of them are you experiencing? How long have you been experiencing? And how intense are they? If left untreated, depression has a very high rate of suicide. Men are more likely to complete suicide, but women are more likely to attempt. And this is because when the depression is left untreated, the symptoms, not only do they not go away, but they increase in their intensity. And that's not to say every person who has depression will attempt to commit suicide, but it does have a very high risk. Therapy and medication are the best ways to treat depression. And virtual options that are available today make it a lot easier to get some of that treatment. It's important to talk to your doctor to see if there's any medical causes of your depression, and to reach out to a therapist to schedule a consultation. A therapist can help you discover new coping skills, help to elevate your mood, and help you to increase your self-worth and self-esteem, while also helping you to identify some of the root causes of your depression. If you're not sure where to start, here are 3 ways to get going. 1, contact your healthcare provider. 2, identify safe people who will check in on you. When you're experiencing depression or in a depressive episode, it's really hard to initiate contact. So it's important to have people who are willing to push through that and actually check in on you, even when you may not seem like you're in the mood for it. And 3, try to do one small thing a day. Maybe it's taking time to open up a window or making sure you brush your teeth today. Those small things can seem so big when you're in a depressive episode, but by doing it little by little, you can really set yourself up in the right direction. Depression can be really hard to navigate, and you're not meant to do it alone. If you'd like to learn more about depression and mental health, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. You can also keep up with me on social media to get some mental health nuggets here and there. If you're a Florida resident, I'm also accepting new clients, so be sure to head to my website, bloomingwithbc.com, to schedule a free 15-minute consultation. I am so proud of you for doing the work to learn about mental health and work on improving your own. You're doing a good job. See you soon.